Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. In today's video, we are diving into the world of networking using the Node.js. Especially what we will try to do is, now we have understood about the application layer and all those things we have understood. So now let's try to create a simple TCP server. So what are the things we have learned it, right? So the TCP protocol. So let's try to create a simple TCP server and a client to send messages. Plus we will be using the Wireshark, a tool to monitor the network traffic. This will help you understand how data is transmitted between the machines at a very low level. So let's try to jump into the code. So now what we will try to do is, we will try to create a network, a port with an application, with a networking application, and we will be using the TCP protocol to the networking application. So let's try to build that network application. So let's try to start from the scratch. So here I will be creating a networking directory. Inside this networking directory, so here I have opened the editor, and here I will be creating a new file. So that is nothing but simple-server.js file. Okay, so we are starting it from the scratch. So we have created a new folder, networking, and what we have did it. So inside this folder we have created both the server and the client. The first file, what we will try to do is, we will create a simple-server.js file. And now let's open that simple-server.js file in our editor. We will start by creating a simple TCP server using the Node.js built-in net module. So now here I will be using the constant net is equal to require of net module. So this is the net module which I will be trying to use it. As you can see, we are including the net module which provides us with everything. We need to create a TCP server and connect to the other TCP servers. It is the lowest level for the networking in the Node.js. So this is the lowest level module which is available. Whatever the networking applications, so whatever the networking modules that I have developed, like HTTP, FTP, these are all the networking modules that has been introduced in the Node. So those are developed on the top of this net module only. So this is the lowest possible networking module that is available in the Node.js, is nothing but the net. So now we will create our server using the create server method. So now here let's try to go this one. This method will takes a callback function that will be called whenever a client connects to the server. So let's try to create it. So here I will be creating constant server is equal to, so net dot create server. So I am creating a server, and here what it will try to do, so here whenever you are creating a server, so you will be having a callback function. Okay, so this callback function will take will give you the socket. Okay, so now whenever a client connects, the callback function is triggered. Okay, the callback function is triggered and the socket object is passed to it. Okay, so here you need to understand about this one. The socket represents the connection between the client and the server, and it is a duplex stream. So you hear the socket is a duplex stream. Now if you try to understand about our streams module and all those things, all the streams will be coming now from now onwards. Now the socket is a duplex stream. So that means duplex stream is nothing but both it can send the data and also receive the data over this connection. Both it is a readable stream and also a writable stream. It can send the data and also the socket can receive the data over the connection. So we are establishing the connection. Next we need to tell our server to listen our connection on a specific port. So here so what we will try to do it is, so here this is our socket, right? Now here what I will try to do, so whatever the socket, so now this is a duplex stream. Now if you want to listen to the data or if you want to read the data, means we know that we have an event that is nothing but data event, and in this one you will get the chunk. Okay, you will get the chunk of data, and that chunk of data console.log of chunk. I will try to do the chunk. That's it. So we got the data. Now what I want to do here, we need to tell our server to listen for connections in a specific port. So here what we will do is server.listen. So here we need to pass the port number. So I will be using 3099. And also we need to mention, bind it to the loopback address. So here the loopback address for this one is 127.0.1. So localhost or something like that. We call it as a loopback address. For local testing we will be doing it. And now here we will have a callback function here, and I will try to do console.log server is listening, and here I can do server dot address. So we are having an address, so it will give you the address. Fine, that's it. So this will start our server and allow it to accept connections on 127.0.0.1. So that is loopback address at a port 3099. So whenever the server starts, we will log a message to the console confirming that it is running. So let's now run this server. Here I will be doing in this one. So this is our code, and here I will be doing simple-server.js file. Now you'll be able to see an object has been came. The address is the loopback address, and the family, it belongs to the IPv4 address. So here 127.0.1, it belongs to the IPv4 address. So we'll learn about this IP address thing, what is IPv4 and IPv6 in our upcoming videos. And the port we are listening to, this one is the 3099. So fine. Now that we have the server running, now let's try to create a client that will connect to this server and send a message. For this one, what I will try to do here, I will create a file that is nothing but simple-client.js file. So here I have created a simple client.js file, and here what we will try to do inside this file, we will create a client that connects to our server using the same net module. So for this one, what I will do, constant net is equal to require of net. So you will be having the net module. Again, the net module I am using. This time what it will, in this code, we will create a connection to the server. So here you will get the socket. Okay. And here I will be using .net.create connection. This time I am creating a connection. And in this one, if you hover here, the create connection, it will take the options. And the second one will be a callback function. And it will return the socket. So here what we can do, now here I will do options. In this options you will be having port. The port we need to listen is the 3099, and also you will be having the host. The host I should listen is at 127.0.1. That's it. 1. Now here you will be getting the callback. So here the callback function, and in this callback function you need to send the data. So here what I will try to do, here I can do console.log connected to the server. I can do it like this, and here I can write socket.write. So I am writing the data, that is nothing but a simple message from the sender or from the client. That's it. So now we have created our simple socket. Let's run our client also, but remember we need to run the server first before running the client. Now already the server is running. Let's open a new tab here, and command prompt. I am opening another command prompt here. In this one, let's go to the D and let's go to the Node.js-core. Let's go to the networking, and in this one I will be calling simple-client.js file. Now it has been connected to the server, and if you try to check it here, you will be able to see a buffer has been delivered here. So we got a buffer. Okay. So if you want to convert this buffer, means buffer, we know that buffer means it is a simple hexadecimal representation of the binary digit. So if you want to convert, means just you need to do to string. That's it. By default it will be UTF-8, so there is no need to mention. By default it will be. And here if I try to stop with this one, and here okay, so simple server. So let's try to run it again. And here if I try to run it, this one connected to the server, now you will be able to see that a simple message from the client. So now, so we are able to send the message to the server. So now the server can able to send the so server can able to listen to the data, and the client has sent the data. Fine, it is working fine. Now comes the coolest part. What I want to do is, so now we will use the Wireshark to monitor the network traffic and see exactly what's going on behind the scenes. So this is the Wireshark tool. So if you want to install the Wireshark tool, means you can install it, that's not a problem. And here I will be stopping this one all. Oh sorry. And here continue without saving. Fine. So here if you want to listen to this one, means, so here what I can do, it is TCP dot port is equal to 3099, and if I try to press enter, so nothing is happening here. So I will stop this one, and also I will stop this one also. Okay, so I have stopped everything. So now what I would be trying to do, it is, so here I will run the node simple server. Okay, and now here also if you try to check this one, so nothing has been happened. So here we got one thing, and transmission control. So it has been opened, loopback address, and here you will be able to see the frame. Okay, and internet protocol version, this is a 4 version, and transmission TCP connection. So TCP connection has been established. Source port, destination port, everything has been acknowledged and everything we got it. Fine. Now let's try to connect to the client. So here I have connected to the client. Now let's try to see the Wireshark. And now here we have got some couple of connections. That is nothing but what we can do is, here the connection has been established. Okay, the destination port, the connection established, and we got the acknowledgement here. And here we got the acknowledgement here. And now what I will be trying to do here, this is the exact one which I would be trying to send the data link, the physical. So here the data link layer, the data it is trying to send it, the TCP. And here if you try to see, the data is this one, and if you click here, so this is all the buffer data 4120. These are all the bits data which we are trying to send it, the selected one. And here it is trying to parse it, a simple message from the client, and it is trying to parse the data also, Wireshark. And now here what we have received it, 53841. Okay, so this is the info, and from this one, from the server again 3099 to the 53841, that is nothing but to our client. So it has sent the acknowledgement that it has received the data. So here it is for everything you will be able to see. So first this is the server, and this one is the port. From this port, so in our browser, in our another command prompt, from this port we are trying to send 3099, that we are trying to establish the connection, and we are getting an acknowledgement. And again so 2 times we are able to make an acknowledgement thing, and we got the acknowledgement 2 times. And here we are trying to send the data. Here we are trying to send the data. Okay, so when we are trying to send the data, so when we are trying to send the data to here, so this is the data, and again the server is responding back that it has received the data. Acknowledgement also it is telling. So this is what about the TCP connection. So wherever you are using the UDP connection means the acknowledgement will not get, but whereas here in the TCP connection you can able to get the acknowledgement also. That is the thing. So now as you can see, it is capturing all the traffic, but here interesting one is in the traffic between our client and server. Okay, to that is the main thing. To filter the traffic, what we'll do, we'll look for the packets. Here TCP underscore port is equal to 3099 port, and also you can also use the TCP.IP also, you can use that IP address. So you can check it in the Google so that you can filter out this one. So we can able to see the raw data also. Here we are able to see the raw data. Here this is the data. Okay, and if you drill down to see every bit of the packet, here you will be able to see every bit of the packet. So this is the transmission control, that is nothing but the port address, the source port, and all those things you are able to see. And this one is the internet version, so the IP address and all those things, and the loopback address, what is the loopback and all those things. So this is the total frame which we are able to see. So this is the main thing, the packet thing, and here we are able to see the every bit of packet we are able to see. This is where Wireshark really shines, allowing you to see all the layers of the networking stack. So now let's try to modify our server to send raw bytes instead of a string. We will create a buffer and send it over the socket, and you will try to see, you will try to observe it clearly. So what will happen now, if you go into our here, instead of sending the raw data like this, I will create a constant buffer is equal to buffer. I can do something like buffer.from of, so 1234, something like that. I have the code with me, so like this, and I can send the buffer. Why? Because this one is a socket duplex stream, so we can send the buffer, so which we have learned in our streams concept. So now here we are able to get the chunk.toString, right? Let's here stop this server, and also here also I am stopping it. So first of all I am running the server, and here I will be trying to send the data, and here if I try to see it, here we are able to get some data. Okay, let's try to see whether what is the buffer. So here we are trying to send the buffer 12 34 56 78, right? In our Wireshark, if you try to see it, here again we are trying to send the data here. So the data we are getting it is the 4 bytes, and that is nothing but 0C22E384E. So this is the data which we are able to see, and that is nothing but .8 double quotes 8N. So the same output you are able to see here, the double quotes 8N. This is the thing, that is the output we are able to see. So this is how this buffer contains raw bytes, and when we send it, Wireshark will show us exactly those bytes being transmitted. So this is what we are able to see it. So as you can see in Wireshark, the backend contains the raw data. This demonstrates how low level networking works in the Node.js and where you can send any kind of data, even raw bytes also. That's it guys about this one. So we have created a simple TCP server, set up a client, send data between them, and even monitor the traffic using the Wireshark. This now I hope this gives you a solid understanding of networking at a low level using Node.js. Make sure to try this out and explore more about networking concept like IP address ports and also the protocols. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.